Hi everyone, welcome back. I am bringing my second layout for Kitaholic Kits for the month of November, and it is a 12 by 12 layout. I was very much immediately drawn to this paper when I opened the kit, and even before I knew this was going to be a kit, I was on the website and having a look at all these papers, and I thought if I ever got my hand on this paper, I knew exactly how I was going to use it. And so when I unboxed this kit, as soon as we got it in the mail, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it, and that is to use my X-Acto knife and to tuck my photos in behind that flower cluster. And so that's what I'm going to do. But first, I'm taking on the incredibly long and difficult task of doing some hand stitching, because that, in my mind, takes less mental effort than trying to Google how to fix my sewing machine. So I'm going to do the stitching on the border. I'm going to make it look like it is meant to sit on that backing paper, but it'll be too much to have to stitch through both this paper and the backing paper. So I'm just stitching the front paper, and then I'm going to just glue it to the backing paper down the track. I don't glue it down until actually after I'll stop filming, because I forget about it, if I'm honest. And then I have like my little crystal drops on there, or my stickles drops on there, and I didn't want to smudge them. But what I am doing is I'm going to add some tape on the back, and I'm going to do that now because I thought once I have all the bulk, it's going to be a bit more of a challenge. So I'm just going to add the tape now, and then I'm going to stick it down later and fold up the edges as well, which you will see in the final photos. So once I'm happy with that, I'm going to start doing my little X-Acto knifing, where I'm just, first actually, my bad. I'm going to back my photos on this foiled paper, and oh boy, am I glad I did that. If this layout hits the light just right, that foil just dances off the page. It looks phenomenal just peeking out behind the photos there. And mixed with the stickles that I'm going to put down later. Oh, I just love it. You can see that I'm actually like staggering those, so that one of the photos has got the more lighter color in the background, then the next has got the darker, and then the biggest photo has got the darkest, most punchiest background. So once that's done, I am going to now do my X-Acto knife little trick, where I've lined up where I want my photos to go, and then I X-Acto knife around the flowers just directly underneath that. And I do go back and forth as I do this by tucking my photos under to make sure that I still like where it's sitting. And I do this for the bigger flowers. I'm not doing this for like the tinier little sort of sprigs that are coming out, because I feel like those would be a nice backdrop to the photos. But I do it for the bigger flowers, and I do it on the top and the bottom, so all the photos are kind of clustered together. And then I am going in, and I'm going to, once I'm happy with how that looks, I'm going to take my T-square ruler just to make sure it's lined up, and I'm going to add some of my tape runner underneath there to stick that down. But once that's done, I'm going to actually flip it to the back, and I'm going to add some glue on the opposite side, so the photos are stuck to the layout on the back as well as on the front, but underneath those flowers, if that makes sense. Sorry about that. So once that is done, I do flip it back around, and I am going to bend up the edges of those leaf or flower petals. And I am doing that to create some dimension and to really show that these flowers are tucked under the photos are tucked under a cluster of flowers. Seriously, guys, my brain's not working at all right now, and it's just hard to think, and it's hard to talk, and everything's hard, and I am just complaining because that's what I've been doing this whole pregnancy. But yeah, I'm sorry that my videos make no sense. I promise that my baby brain will go away eventually. Oh my goodness, I hope it does. And then everything will be fine. So I am adding that title, which is the Splendid title, and then I'm going to add some of the flowers from the die cut pack down the bottom corner to create a bit of a diagonal visual. And then I'm going to add a little XO puffy sticker right there, and I'm going to also tuck that underneath the flowers to kind of stick with that tucky look. Adding a few little sprigs here, but you don't really see them, but it was fun doing them nevertheless. I just wanted to bring in a bit more of that blue into the layout. Now I can tell you what this layout's about, now that we are over halfway into this video. For my birthday, my grandma and I bought tickets for my mum and for Emila to go and see Mary Poppins at like the Broadway, the musical Mary Poppins. And so her birthday was a month ago, and then this was the layout that I did when I took photos of them both dressed up and so excited to go to the theatre. And so I really wanted this layout to be special because they were so excited to go and they both got so dressed up in such special dresses, and I just thought it was precious. So I'm just finishing off my journaling there, and then I'm going to add the date. And once I add the date, I'm going to go in with the gold glitter stickles that we got in the kit this month. And let me tell you, I have never had stickles. And that seems to be a failing on someone's part because they are amazing. They're just amazing. They are so glittery. And when you put them down initially, it looks like they're a bit glossy, but then as soon as the kind of medium dries out, it's just like pure glitter on your page. And so I've just put it everywhere because I was absolutely in awe. So yeah, I'm totally behind the trend here, but I do love my stickles, and if you don't have any, hop on the bandwagon, go for it, get some stickles. They really make this layout just seem so special and gilded and shiny, and I love it. And with that, this layout is done. Obviously, I'm not going to, like I said, stick this down immediately, but I'm going to show you what it would look like, and that one is complete. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I will see you all next week with another layout. Bye!